Hello and welcome to the Dot Connector. Well, what a week it has been. And maybe it's worth a quick reprise on what I've been saying these past many weeks. That when Trump came in, we would be given a stream of reasons very fast to think that he's doing all the things he said he would do and that we're winning. But behind that, I said, would come the real agenda of the Trump administration, which is why all these AI tech oligarchs were given prime places in Trump's inauguration this week. We would see the AI control agenda pushed very quickly, hidden by the look this way of we're winning. Oh, look, he's doing what he said. And then this is going on in the background. And I wrote this on the internet on the morning of the inauguration. Trump's inauguration day and a time to be highly vigilant and streetwise. You are going to be hit by so many reasons to think that Trump is a hero changing the world. That is a crucial stage one part of the PSYOP. The fundamental to the PSYOP is look over there while we do it over here. But from here on, I wrote, watch like a hawk the actions of the tech AI oligarchs around him. The AI control and human fusion agenda, deregulation to ease its passage, and the digital currency masquerading as crypto. Watch in general, I wrote, the fundamentals of the Schwab Great Reset presented as setting the people free. Fall for the Trump, Musk, Vance, Thiel, Sachs AI PSYOP in the next 4 years. I said, and it's over. It took only 2 days into the Trump presidency. Before this happened, Trump announces $500 billion AI infrastructure investment in the US. And added to that, which I'll come to as we go along, is the promotion of, wait for it, mRNA fake vaccines to treat cancer. So, 3 top tech firms on Tuesday announced they will create a new company called Stargate, significant name, we'll come to that, to grow artificial intelligence infrastructure in the United States. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, and Oracle chairman Larry Ellison appeared at the White House Tuesday afternoon alongside President Donald Trump to announce the company, which Trump called the largest AI infrastructure project in history. What they're talking about is a AI control system and human fusion system and a system of total AI surveillance. And if you look at the history of statements by Larry Ellison, you will see that that is exactly what he has been saying should happen. The companies will invest $100 billion in the project to start, with plans to pour up to 500 billion into Stargate in the coming years, this story says. Stargate will build the physical and virtual infrastructure to power the next generation of AI, including data centers around the country, Trump said. And Ellison said the group's first 1 million square foot data project is already under construction in Texas. This is your AI prison being built all around you while the Trump supporters cheer and chant USA, USA, USA. This is the PSYOP. As I've been saying over the years, and very much in the last couple of years, is that the idea is to target what were previously pushbackers of this AI control agenda, i.e., Trump supporters, basically, in the United States. And, you know, you've got the so-called left, the woke in politics that basically go along with this stuff. But you've had these pushbackers, so-called conspiracy theorists, who have been very wary of the AI control agenda. So what they've done is use Trump and Musk and all these other AI oligarchs to get you to believe that it's all about freedom and they're against the woke and they're against the globalists. When in fact, they're just going down the same road to the same AI control system, using different rhetoric and different excuses. And even I'm surprised at how fast 2 days it took for this to become clear after Trump's ascendance to the presidency. AI leaders have for months been sounding the alarm that more data centers, as well as the chips and electricity and water resources to run them, are needed to power their artificial intelligence ambitions in the coming years. And Trump will give it to them. Never mind the effect on the population. I think this will be the most important project of this era, Altman said. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, Mr. President. Bloody-zactly. So this is how the mainstream media reported this announcement.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately.
What these companies are trying to do, this is OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank, they are trying to invest in the growth of artificial intelligence infrastructure in the U.S. That is data centers, but also the electricity, the water resources that are needed, the computer chips. These AI leaders have really been ringing the alarm that more investment is needed in this infrastructure in order to keep up with the pace of AI advancement that we've seen and, crucially, to stay ahead of China in the AI arms race. Because, of course, this technology is going to have huge implications for the economy, for military technology. And OpenAI CEO Sam Altman in particular has said it is going to cost hundreds of billions of dollars to get the U.S. where it needs to be in terms of this AI infrastructure. So this appears to be the start of that effort to invest in this. Of course, this could take years. These data centers don't just pop up overnight. And so this promise about 100,000 jobs, I don't think that we'll see that right away. What these companies are saying is that they're going to start with a $100 billion investment and plan to get to that $500 billion number over the next 4 years.
And being the mainstream media, of course, they missed the point of what this is all about. And one of the things that you are seeing and will see more of is, well, if we don't do it, China will do it, or they'll do it, or these will do it. So we've got to do it. In other words, it's inevitable that we have AI control. So get used to it. And these data centers are there as part of the infrastructure for the control that I'm talking about. And they use fantastic amounts of power. We've got people like Microsoft and others in the tech cartel who are taking over whole nuclear power stations to generate the power needed for this system. And you add to that the digital currency, human AI fusion, all the different aspects of this AI dystopia, and a fantastic amount of power is necessary. And at the same time, we are told, we the people, that we have to reduce energy use because we have to save the planet. So, Stargate, that's interesting. Interesting name, because of course Stargate, see also Musk's Starlink and Starshield, which is the military surveillance version, government version of his Starlink. Stargate has an association with interdimensional movement, travel. And one of the things I've been saying over the years is that this AI agenda is not just about human control. It's also about creating the energetic environment through which the demonic that's ultimately behind this whole global conspiracy, the demonic can enter the human reality more easily and profoundly than before. So Stargate, I would suggest, is not a name selected by accident. It never is. Now, all these things, whether they're Stargate or Starlink or Neuralink or Starshield, they're all connected. And as I'll come to, part of this presentation was including more mRNA fake vaccines. And again, as I've been saying for so long, the fake vaccines are putting into the human body self-replicating technology, nanotechnology, that is meant to interact with the AI. So we have a human hive mind where we get our thoughts and our emotional responses from AI. Now, one of the things I've been pointing out is that this Musk-led Doge government efficiency operation is designed to a large extent to remove regulation that would get in the way of the whole agenda. And that primarily includes the removal of regulations that would slow down, at the very least, this AI control system rolling out. And, can't believe it, sits back in amazement, Trump revokes Biden executive order on addressing AI risks. US President Donald Trump on Monday revoked a 2023 executive order signed by Joe Biden that sought to reduce the risks that artificial intelligence poses to customers, workers, and national security. Biden's order requires developers of AI systems that pose risks to U.S. national security, the economy, public health, or safety to share the results of safety tests with the U.S. government in line with the Defense Production Act before they were released to the public. The order also directed agencies to get standards or set standards for that testing and address related chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and cyber security risks. Now, all that has gone thanks to Trump, which is exactly what the oligarchs that are running the show wanted to happen. And we've seen nothing yet. You'll see deregulation all over the place to ease the passage of what is the global cult agenda masquerading as opposing the global cult agenda. And it is a global agenda. You know, you've got Musk and Trump, they're having a go at Keir Starmer. There's plenty to have a go at. And they're on different sides and they're, hold on. This is a story from this week. UK to become leading global testbed for AI enforcement. Keir Starmer, who attends the annual Davos World Economic Forum gatherings and is at the forefront of world leaders trained to introduce the Great Reset, Fourth Industrial Revolution AI agenda into his country, which is exactly what Trump and the rest of this mob are introducing in America, while claiming to oppose the World Economic Forum. You get the picture. Starmer has recently taken a major step into the abyss by announcing that his government is going to push AI into the veins of Britain. It could be Trump's talking about America. That's straight out of the World Economic Forum's manual for enforcing a digital DNA manipulation program for control of the human mind, and it looks like Keir has been chosen to lead the way. Well, lead the way in Britain. It's happening all over the place. Quote from Starmer, "Our plan will make Britain the world leader. It will give industry the foundation it needs, and it will supercharge the plan for change," said Starmer. Yeah, the plan for change, the transformation to an AI-controlled society. And another quote from Starmer, "In a world of fierce competition, we cannot stand by. We must move fast and take action to win the global race." Exactly what Trump said at the announcement of this $500 billion AI infrastructure presentation. And like I say, this is a global agenda. So here is Javier Milei, the leader in Argentina and a wonder boy of the political Trump right. And it's a story that says that Milei's government will monitor social media with AI to, quote, predict future crimes. And this will be done through a new artificial intelligence unit. Are we getting it yet? Then we have this story from this week. Considerations for the use of artificial intelligence to support regulatory decision-making for drug and biological products, guidance for industry and other interested parties. This is draft guidance, when finalized, to represent the current thinking of the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, in America. And it says this guidance provides recommendations to sponsors and other interested parties on the use of artificial intelligence, AI, to produce information or data intended to support regulatory decision-making regarding safety, effectiveness, and quality of drugs. What we're looking at is AI taking over the decision-making of government right across the board without human input in the way that we've seen it up to this point. And it's happening while those that said they opposed it are cheering. Now, this is the other point that needs emphasizing from that White House announcement. Oracle chairman Larry Ellison, he's a shareholder in X, by the way. I think he put about $1 billion into it when Musk bought Twitter. He's a mate of Musk. He went further in his Stargate presentation because he talked about plans to use mRNA fake vaccines along with AI for the treatment of cancer. This would be the mRNA fake vaccine in relation to, quote, COVID, that has created an enormous surge in cancers, not least among the young. The same fake vaccines that have killed so many people and destroyed the health of even more. And now, day 2 of the Trump presidency, the man who claims to be the father through Operation Warp Speed of the fake COVID vaccine, on day 2 of his presidency, we have these AI oligarchs who are pushing the very same technology that's created such mayhem. And pinch me, ouch, it's true. So Trump was standing here next to Ellison while this billionaire oligarch said this.
Thank you, Mr. President. One of the most exciting things we're working on, using the tools that Sam and Masa are providing, is a cancer vaccine. It's very interesting. It turns out, I'll be quick, all of our cancers, cancer tumors, little fragments of those tumors float around in your blood. So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test. And using AI to look at the blood test, you can find the cancers that are actually seriously threatening the person. So we can, again, cancer diagnosis using AI has the promise of just being a simple blood test. Then beyond that, once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person, design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer. And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically, again, using AI in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
If it wasn't so tragic, it's almost funny. but it's not funny. It's catastrophic and meant to be. And do you remember in the hype of Trump through the campaign and since, where the Trump supporters have been saying, oh yeah, what's going to happen? It's going to be great. Bill Gates, he's going to be arrested. Some even said he's going to be sent to Guantanamo for crimes against humanity. And what I've been pointing out is that Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Altman, Musk, Trump, Vance, Thiel, Andreessen, all these billionaire oligarchs around Trump, they are part of the same team. They just have different roles to play. One's pushing it and one's claiming to push back against it while also pushing it. It's a mind game. It's a perceptual mind trick that's going on. And so many are falling for it. It's staggering. And so we've been told that Trump will arrest Bill Gates, even to Guantanamo. And now here's Bill Gates talking about a 3-hour dinner he enjoyed with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, in which they discussed more vaccines.
Have you met with Donald Trump since the election?
Yeah, I had a chance to go have a long and actually quite intriguing dinner with him.
What did you discuss? What was intriguing?
Well, we touched on a lot of things. It was over 3 hours. To my surprise, it was, just he and I, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, and the person who helps manage things for me, Larry Cohen. So the four of us sat there, and it was quite wide-ranging. Global health's the area that I work in, and such amazing things have happened and can happen there. I spoke a lot about HIV and that the foundation's literally working on a cure for that. We're at an early stage, and so he, in the COVID days, accelerated the vaccine innovation. So I, was asking him if maybe the same kind of thing could be done here, and we both got, I think, pretty excited about that. We talked about polio, where we're very close to getting that done, but if you stop, it'll spread back. And so I explained why it's been tough in Pakistan, Afghanistan. We've had cases show up in Gaza. We have cases in Africa. And he was fascinated to hear what he could do to maximize the chance that during the next 4 years, that incredible milestone will be achieved. I felt like he was, energized and, looking forward to helping to drive innovation. I was frankly impressed with how well he showed a lot of interest in the issues I brought up.
Yeah, I guess he was just getting as much food down him as possible before he goes to Guantanamo. I've said so many times that naivety is the human disease. And never was that more obvious. Another thing that's happened this week. By executive order, executive order, what Trump's been doing from the moment he didn't put his hand on the Bible for whatever reason during his inauguration, he has been signing executive orders to dictate this, dictate that, dictate the other. People have said over the years, have warned over the years, quite rightly, that there is going to be a technocracy. They want a technocracy in which a a few appointed people, not elected, engineers, bureaucrats, technocrats, control the government and dictate the government and are the government. But if you look at the American system, it's pretty close to that already, because what happens is you elect a president, and then the president can appoint people who've never seen a ballot box in their life often to the positions of government, Secretary of State, Secretary of the Treasury, and so on. And what's happened with Trump is he has appointed David Sachs, a AI tech billionaire, to run AI tech policy and crypto policy. And Sachs is a mate of Musk. And he's appointed Musk to run this government efficiency department that will be looking to deregulate anything that gets in the way of the agenda. And so, executive orders, there was a Bill Clinton aide who said once about executive orders, they're fantastic because it's just a swish of the pen, law of the land. And that's what it is. So you've got this one man writing these executive orders or signing them, and suddenly they become law of the land, or at least those that don't go against the Constitution. Maybe even some of them, we'll see. And he's doing this to impact upon the lives of at least 350 million people in America. And so, by executive order, as he says, by the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. This executive order establishes the Department of Government Efficiency to implement the president's DOGE agenda by modernizing federal technology and software to maximize governmental efficiency and productivity. Shall we go through that again? By modernizing federal technology and software to maximize governmental efficiency and productivity. What do you think that means? Government by AI. But then you look at this. The executive order talks about the DOGE structure, the reorganization and renaming of the United States Digital Service. So this new Musk operation is simply the reorganization and renaming of the United States Digital Service. Digital currency, anybody? Digital control system, anybody? The United States Digital Service, says this executive order, is hereby publicly renamed as the United States DOGE Service, USDS, and shall be established in the Executive Office of the President. So when Elon Musk retweeted he tweeted that the Matrix is going to be reprogrammed, you'll note not dismantled, but reprogrammed. Exactly. It's the next stage of the Matrix program, known by people like Klaus Schwab at the World Economic Forum as the Great Reset. Now, how long I've been saying that Elon Musk is not a genius, if only, and does not run his companies, plays video games and tweets like machine gun fire, and that he's just a front man for those in the shadows who are running the show. And here he is speaking on a Trump stage this week. And all I can say is, he's not a genius. I rest my case.
We're looking forward to making a lot of changes, and you know this victory is the start, really. What matters going forward is to actually make significant changes, cement those changes, and set the foundation for America to be strong for a century, for centuries, forever. So, and make America great again. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're gonna do great things here.
What a joke it all is. And that guy claims to spend 80% of his time designing and engineering. He's a front man. And the real power that's driving the agenda that he represents is all in the shadows and people you never see. And, you know, I've got a lot of stick in the last, year or more now for pointing out that the alternative media that was before has been hijacked by a lot of people that have come in since COVID from the mainstream. And what they've done is transform the alternative media from investigating at its real genuine core, investigating what's happening dispassionately and without political bias, knowing that politics is an illusion anyway, part of the scam. And they've turned it into a Trump election campaign operation. And what they're doing now in the wake of this $500 billion AI and mRNA vaccine stuff is trying to do damage limitation as best they can. They're now, oh no, we're not sure about this. Oh no, you promoted the people that are doing it. And you have others who are claiming to support the AI agenda because suddenly it's a good thing when it wasn't before. And then you've got the approach of people like Russell Brand, who has been using in this speech here his newfound Christian faith to suggest that we should embrace technology because otherwise it will be taken over by Lucifer.
Now that we are tethered potentially to continual self, we are going to have to, I believe, learn new ways of understanding Scripture and new ways of receiving Him. Because as the Word was written in the language of its time, anticipating all time, for surely He exists beyond time and beyond space and outside of the senses. The ultimate reality is beyond the conditions of our reality as we appreciate and receive it. We, as inhabitants of this realm, are going to have to learn how to operate within technology. Otherwise, that technology, I reckon it could become pretty Luciferian. It could become a kind of false light.
No, mate. The Luciferians are those you've been promoting. And the Luciferian use of AI is what you are seeing unfold before your very eyes. And I just hope that people who've bought this hijacked alternative media propaganda nonsense all these months now will see how misled they have been and realize that politics is not the answer. We collectively are the answer, and we always were. But no. Let's buy the delusion, shall we? That Trump was saved by God so that he could make America great again. And one of the ways that this whole idea and propaganda has been manipulated is via Christianity. The idea that the idea that Donald Trump is a Christian and that God saved him in Butler. Now, I don't know exactly what happened in Butler, but what I don't buy at all is the official story of a guy who was shot in the ear with a decent-sized bullet from a decent rifle, allegedly. And yet the healing properties of that ear border on the bloody miraculous. So what exactly happened, I can't say. Certainly not yet. But the official story, not for me. But no, this was Trump at his, to watch, oh so painful, inauguration, repeating the nonsense. God is on his side.
The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. Thank you.
Yes, God is behind Donald Trump. I wonder if he's behind meme coins, because you're just about to be inaugurated as President of the United States for the second time. And of course, where's your focus? It's all on policy and what's happening and what you're going to do. Oh, maybe not. Maybe your focus days before the inauguration is on, as Trump did, issuing a meme coin and following that with another meme coin issued by his wife. And the second meme coin crashed the first meme coin, and lots of Trump supporters lost enormous amounts of money. So trash financially your own supporters just before you become president, thanks to them. This is the level of corruption and con man we have in the presidency, and it's about time people realized it. Now, for various reasons, this would mean, if things go correctly, that despite all those supporters losing vast amounts of money, at least one case, $1 million, Trump and his family will make a killing out of it. And if anyone believes that Trump is there, thank you, God, for the people, well, they've got a very large, rude awakening coming. So that's the public part of the Dot Connector this week. And I'm now going to go into this illusion of a ceasefire in Gaza and many other subjects. And if you want to see that, then go to iconic.com after 5 o'clock every Thursday.